the person of interest in what is being called the Nashville Christmas explosion has been located. We got him, folks. Case closed. Or is it? Today we're going to be asking ourselves a simple question. Who is the suspect behind the Nashville Christmas explosion? Here we are with Andy No on Twitter, and he says, breaking, an RV can be in the Google Map search. I'm assuming that he meant can be seen on Google Maps of the address linked to, quote, Anthony Quinn Warner, the person of interest in the hashtag Nashville Christmas explosion. Now, they go on to show two little pictures here. One is of the RV, and the other is of an RV in some person's yard. Now, there are currently multiple theories and a lot of information going around right now. We're going to break it down. We're going to talk about the theories about why he did this and what their aims may have been. There's been a lot of confusion, a lot of multiple competing theories, and folks, we do have some leads. Now, for those of you doubting the veracity of these claims, Andy, no, isn't that some right-wing troll online? No, he's actually a gay conservative journalist who covers things that are factual. Here we are on CBS News. Person of interest identified in connection to the Nashville blast. So we have an entire CBS segment that says the same thing. Here you can see that multiple sources confirm that Anthony Quinn Warner, a Nashville area resident, had a similar make and model RV as the ones in the photos released to the public. Warner was described as a 63-year-old white man. Federal agents are at the address listed to Warner. FBI special agent in charge of Doug Korniski said Saturday there is no indication of additional explosive threats. He said that officials had received 500 tips and are not working on any assumptions. So there we have it, folks. CBS confirms this lead. However, the FBI is actually looking at multiple people and has made no official comment on who the actual perp is. But folks, we're going to look at the theories floating around the net. But before we do, a quick word from our sponsor. Introducing Battle Games Book 1. Taking place in 2090, after the War of Billions, people in the future fight gladiator-style sci-fi battles. The battle games are a professional sport. The story focuses on the drama between the teams and their path to victory. If you're interested in science fiction, it's got it all, folks. Check out this book today by clicking on the link down below. And we're back. So, let's get right to it, folks. Here on the Epic Times, the FBI is looking at a number of individuals in the Nashville explosion. Now, the FBI kind of annoys me, especially lately, because it seems like they're so biased. When this happened, the FBI said, we're going to take a look at this right-wing group, because right-wingers are bad. This so happens to be the case with the FBI. They're never, ever actually looking objectively at the situation. We have no indication that this was politically motivated in either direction. And yet the FBI's first thought is, must be those right-wingers. That's a bit of an annoyance for me. Because I think it's irrelevant. Go after the bad guys. But they're looking at a number of individuals. Here it says, the FBI and law enforcement partners are looking at a number of individuals in their investigation of the explosion that went off in downtown Nashville on Christmas. Now, their official comment is, we cannot confirm any individuals or anybody we've identified. According to Douglas Korniski, the special agent in charge of FBI Memphis Field Office. This is what he told reporters on Saturday. Now we gotta get into the interesting part, folks. Apparently, human remains have been found at the Nashville explosion site, except, it's actually not that simple. According to the report I've seen, what is suspected to be human remains have been found at the blast site. We don't have any confirmation that the remains are human. It could have been a squirrel, or a dog, or a cat. That may have changed, but as of right now, I haven't seen any official confirmation. And the story gets even weirder. Looking at the damage, thankfully, nobody that we know of was actually killed. There were 3 people who are injured, but as I understand it, they are in recovery. So why would someone do this? And why on Christmas of all times? Well, people have a lot of theories. 41 buildings were damaged in this attack, And people on the internet, those internet sleuths, they've noticed some interesting things. Now, I want to show you the following piece of footage. There's a question right now. What was the source of the explosion? Was it actually the RV? Take a look at the following clip with MG Show. Source of explosion is not the RV? Question mark. And look, here's the RV in this cam footage, and then we're going to look where the explosion actually appears. Extremely interesting, folks. So, the RV was on the left, yet the explosion was on the right. Was the RV actually the source? And then it gets even weirder because we have people saying, well, there was a warning that the explosion was going to happen. It came from the RV. Other people said, no, it actually came from the smart speakers on the light poles. Now, looking at this footage, you can see that the damage was immense. I mean, the street is completely and utterly just a mess. And it's really scary to think that this could happen in America and that, one explosion, so much damage. And here's the craziest part. Why would you warn people? See, isn't that weird how before the explosion happened, people were warned that there was going to be an explosion. And that seems to be the main reason that nobody, thankfully, was critically injured in this explosion. Nobody died. Horrific days in our America. Now, the FAA has designated the skies over Nashville as national defense airspace in the wake of this attack. National defense airspace. They've gone to what is the code? DEFCON 1. They go on to say that pilots who do not adhere to the following procedures may be intercepted, detained, and interviewed by law enforcement/security personnel. In addition to penalties who break that protocol, and this is being reported by Fox 17 for Nashville, there would be more dire consequences. The alert states that the United States government may use deadly force against an airborne aircraft if it is determined that the aircraft poses an imminent security threat. Now, I want to talk about one of the more interesting theories floating around on the internet. People have pointed out that the RV was parked in front of AT&T. Here you can see in the following picture, this is the street view, I believe, and this is the AT&T where the van was parked. Here are the facts. Let me resize this a little bit. The building in which the RV exploded was/is an AT&T building. AT&T contracted to do a forensic audit on Dominion machines. Yes, you can verify this through news reports, etc. They said those machines were being moved to Nashville. The former owner of the AT&T building in Nashville was Cerberus Capital Management. Cerberus Capital owns, guess what? Dominion. Cerberus is run by Stable Street executives. Guess who co-founder is? Joe Biden's brother-in-law is the co-founder of Staple Street. Want to dispute this? Do your research. So this is one of the crazier theories going around on the internet, and I'm not saying it's crazy because I'm not saying it's true. I'm also not saying that there's nothing to it. Like, the fact of the matter is we don't know. But one of the thoughts online is that this was an attack to destroy AT&T because AT&T is trying to audit Dominion machines. These machines are voting machines which were used in the election that some people have claimed had some issues. And the audit was simply to verify that the machines were totally bug-free, had no errors, and did not lead to any massive problems with the election and with votes. Do I believe that personally? Honestly, I do not trust Dominion, but that is just my opinion. The audit could have found, the audit probably will find at least some problems with these machines because, nothing is foolproof. How deep that rabbit hole goes, I can't tell you until those audits are done. But this is one of the theories that this explosion wasn't an accident. The thought is that they actually wanted to destroy the building. Now, I don't know. That's one theory. I have a very simple theory that may explain all of this. Maybe this wasn't an attack. Maybe it was just some madman. I mean, I don't know if the Anthony person, was it Anthony Quinn? I do not know whether Anthony Quinn Warner is the person who was involved in this attack. And you got to remember, innocent until proven guilty. I don't know where this person is, but it could have been somebody, I don't know, who didn't want to hurt anybody. but wanted to go out in a bang. That's just my thought. I mean, maybe it could be someone who took their own life and they decided to do it in this way. Totally wrong, totally bad. This should have never happened. I mean, on Christmas of all days, maybe that was the case. Maybe this guy took his own life. Maybe those are the remains at the site, explosion site. But this is just another thought. But you can rest assured that websites like 4chan are hard at work trying to solve this mystery, as well as, like the FBI, the CIA, all those good peeps. The truth is, though, that we don't really know, and that although we have named some persons of interest in this story, it would be unfair to blame anyone for this attack. Reality is, we have yet to find out. But these are the theories. This is some of the information that's floating around on the internet, and I guess it's up to you to decide what actually happened. But we do have a person of interest. A lot of people are saying that this was a sophisticated attack, that, they used the smart system on the speakers to announce this attack. People are saying that the explosion was coordinated, and that it just doesn't look like a normal attack. Usually we see these things are sloppy, they're rough, and we quickly find out why. The fact that we don't know raises a lot of important questions about this case. And you know what? If we have a major breakthrough, I will bring you even more updates. You really wouldn't get a lot of this information from other sources. So remember to subscribe and share this video so that the minds of the internet can work together to solve this mystery. Anyways, I hope that everyone had a wonderful Christmas. That's the main reason I did not talk about this yesterday. I didn't want to ruin people's Christmas. It was kind of a drag. This was horrible, and I hope nothing like this ever happens again, and that everyone is safe. I don't want these events to happen. I don't like these events, and clearly the world is gone mad, especially the United States. But that, my friends, is merely the obvious. Well, that's all for now, folks. What do you think about this story? Let me know down below. Comment in the comment section. What is your theory? Do you have any information? Let us all know. Now, if you want to support the channel and the work I do, join me on Subscribestar or Patreon, as I am funded by viewers like you. That is currently where I make my income. It allows me to keep doing this work, and if you like my work, that's a good way to support the channel. You can also donate. I have a donation page. I have a crypto address you can send crypto to if that's your thing, and sharing the video is one of the best things you can do. Anyhow, thanks for watching. This has been Mr. Obvious, and I'll see you all next time.